Why, hello everyone, and welcome to another in-depth analysis for Age of Mythology Retold. Today we are revisiting Manor Desert. We did his initial review a couple days back, and I thought I'd check back in with him, see how he's doing. From what I've heard, it's actually, the advice we gave him last time definitely helped him out a decent amount, and we're going to see just how he's doing against SterlingSixx, who is a, I believe, 1300 ranked player on the PS4 or PS5. I forget exactly which console he uses, one of the PlayStations. So we're going to see how Manor Desert is able to hold up against a pretty high ranked PlayStation player. Anyway, in this case, Manor is playing Oranos, and Sterling is playing Odin. This is actually the first part of 3 games they played together. We're going to take a look at this one from Manor's perspective before we take a look at Sterling's on the other side for their second game, and we'll do a third one later on where we see how things go for the two of them. Alright. Okay, pretty standard opener. This is usually what I do for a 8 or 7 citizen build. Oh, we got a first relic. What's this one? Probably one of the most worthless ones in my opinion. Adamantine shingles. Just mana or HP increase. I mean, it's something, but it's really not that great. Let's see what Manor wants to go for in this game. I definitely need to make a build order guide pretty soon. Thus far, good exploration with the... Nice, got those 2 sheep. Perfect. Or goats, I guess. Saint Age of Empires 4. Pretty good scouting with your oracles thus far. Getting the corners, seeing what's around. We do see that there's this back gold mine. Got a 3,000 gold mine here, so gold control is going to be a pretty hefty part of the game. Okay. A little bit over on the gold, but this is a very good go. I'm a little skeptical about the placement of this temple, though. Like, it doesn't really do much over here. I would prefer... I think a better location would have been here, so it can kind of protect this gold mine. Because you can see you have this area walled off with trees, so you almost have a natural wall here. You really just want to put a little bit more defenses for this gold mine to prevent any raiding if possible. Okay, we see his base, doing some scouting, all good. One little thing with this is that with... You have all the wood you need at this point pre... You could have gone up with 7 if you really wanted to, but I guess going for... If your goal was 8, that's fine as well. Going up through Oceanus, an excellent choice. Okay, good. We got eyes on their base. That's what you need. You can see They can see you though. You can see the circle here, so they know you're there. Could become an issue. Just keep that in mind that you can hover over, or I think it's a setting to see the range, and where they can shoot is definitely where they can see. How many sheep? How many goats we got? 9 goats. That's a good start. Oh, 10 goats. Probably 11 since it usually comes in pairs. All right. Okay, this is a pretty good split. This is actually one of my preferred splits for this. Is for an 8 citizen build, just because this citizen's enough to get enough wood up in the bank while aging up to be able to get everything you need from barracks to more manors, etc. It's an excellent start. Oh, Hero Oracle. Okay. Are you going to use this though to grab some relics? Because that's kind of what you need to do. If you're going to heroize an Oracle, you'll want to make sure it's either in a position to take out a myth unit or to do something about relics. Currently we only know there's 1 here. That probably means there's 1 over here in this corner as well, but we'll see from there. Okay, 1 counter barracks, 1 military barracks. This is an excellent start for versus Odin, because Odin can sometimes go for a lot of raiding cavalry, so those catapulties will be crucial. Ramilla are also good, and in general, catapulties and Cherubalista are a good build versus Odin, or Norse in general. Apologies if you hear my cat in the background. She can be a little loud sometimes, so you may occasionally hear a little mew. Okay. Alright, they've got their Valkyrie. Okay, you can take out this Valkyrie. You got 6.6 multiplier against it if it decides to go for you. But it looks like their Herseer might be doing that instead. Got Odin's Ravens coming around. Well, 3 military barracks, okay. Three production buildings. That's one way to do it. I think that should be fine. Okay, we see their wood line here. One thing to keep in mind with this many production buildings is that it's usually that you might waste a bit of material if you don't have the resource income to handle it. Like if you aren't making enough resources, then it's not going to do a ton of use. Okay, good with the Sky Passage. Manors there is okay. I would prioritize the manor because you might get pop locked. How long is this going to take to build? Another 15 seconds or so? Okay, you'll just barely get in there. Okay, we got a little lucky. Alright, you got your troops. What's your next move? You know where his villager lines are. You can see his production. You have a great line of sight here. Surprised that Sterling hasn't gone to go after you. Another okay-ish relic. Alright, let's see here. Question is, where do you want to strike? You could attack here. This is actually good. You got this Herseer out in the open. Perfect. Okay, this tech here, this weightless mace is good. I would personally think it would be better to wait on that a little bit. Just because its main bonus is versus cavalry. Okay, this location with this is Carnivora is okay. But it will probably fall pretty quickly because you have 3 Herseer here. It can take out maybe 1, not 3. Okay, good. Prioritizing those. Throwing Axemen is the way to go. You can a Murmillo will defeat a Throwing Axeman when it is 1v1. Alright, good. You see the Valkyrie, you know to pull back. Get that Caladria onto those units to heal. That's what you need. Did you hear a second one come out? Perfect, that's what you need. Okay, good. Focus things down. Just need to heal up these low HP ones. Well played. Sterling's being a little extra cautious, but that's fine. Okay. Alright, you did get some Cheruballista out, I think. Did I see it in the queue? You do have it right there. I would advise getting all these, like, queued up to the fronts. Okay. It's alright to heroize all these, I think. It's a bit of a cost, but I think it should be worthwhile. It does make them 10% better. Alright, you did see them come in. This is perfect. And he's running. Excellent. Make sure your Caladria are staying within range. Awesome control. Sterling doesn't seem to want to take this fight, so you're doing really well here with putting pressure on him. Glad you're keeping your units alive, that's good. Try to focus down the Throwing Axemen if you can. Those are the main threat against this sort of army. Your Cheruballista is only just now coming up, so that was a bit of a misplay by you. A Cheruballista can be extra potent into these. They don't have a lot of pierce armor, it's really useful. You see the production building. Houses are also good to take down. Good use of the Sky Passage to go forward and take this forward food. Excellent positioning. Oh, we have another relic here. The lion one. That's alright. You do still see all their villager line here. You know where the villages are. You could, what I would recommend to be the best course of action would be taking this army, going up through here, and hitting this villager line here. There's very few defenses here. You can come in, do a huge amount of damage. You know he does not have watchtowers yet, so you could easily go through and get that. And again, taking out some of their forward buildings is also pretty good with Norse in any case, so well done overall. Getting the Bite of the Shark. I would think that one would be the best one instead of the Weightless Mace in this matchup, unless you see a lot of cavalry come through quickly for the Norse player. But better late than never. Alright. Oh, and this is a good one as well. That extra speed is very useful into this as... Let's see, what's the speed for these? 4 speed versus typical 4.8. That's going to bump up to like 5.2, maybe 5.3. I forget what the rounding number is. Alright, did your oracles get out. Okay, you are making more oracles. Perfect. Getting those relics too, that'll give you a bit more favor, which is nice. Alright. Now I think over here would have been the better spots to push, because you don't really know what's happening on this side. Alright, you see that Sterling has gone to the Heroic Age. What that means is that he has spent a lot of resources on his teching up. He will not have a lot of extra units at this point. So your best course of action is likely to push at this time. Take advantage of his low resources before he has a chance to get those tech upgrades. That can make a big difference in swinging a fight. You see he's got this armor, this wall here, but it's not finished, so you can easily get through. This is where the Chamberlains come in. They will delete swarms. Look at that damage. Right, you need those Caladria in once they start being targeted down. Alright, you can take these two out with the help of your Catapultes. Frost Giants coming, you need to make sure you get... Yep, there you go, perfect. Getting those Catapultes back. These have insane damage multipliers. 9x, that's almost 80 damage per hit onto this Frost Giant. That's perfect, and you've got the full one there. Perfect. Very well played, Maynard. Took out his whole army. That was perfect. I would have moved forward a little bit sooner as soon as you saw the age up, because once you see an age up, you know that he's not going to be having a large army to defend with. At this point, taking out building production is fine, but you know he doesn't have watchtowers. You could circle around. You have eyes over here. You could circle around and do heavy damage to his villager line. You make sure he has nothing to come back with. In any case, taking down these great halls, etc. is fine. Alright, you see this villager coming back, which means you know they came from somewhere. Somewhere over here. So you could easily... Yep, there you go. Now you see a large number of villagers. Perfect. Right what you're supposed to do. That's awesome. Excellent control. You get these 5 villagers down pretty easily. Excellent. And Sterling has his army all caught up in that Caladria. And you trigger the Frost. Perfectly done. This is a huge god power to get out of the way from the enemy. Well done. Because this god power basically was wasted. You've got all your units perfectly safe here. They basically got infinite armor. They're not going to die at all. Just be careful with your reinforcements so they don't get picked off, but that's about it. Your 2 Caladria can be pretty safe. Just to keep your units alive. Alright, you've got your age up through. I didn't see that coming through, but awesome. That means chaos. Wait until the frost is over. You don't want to try and do anything here. He doesn't even have a lot of units. This is perfect. Well done, well done. Alright, getting some more Satyrs are pretty fine. You've got your army here. You just had an age up, so you won't have quite as many, but you have the advantage here. He just used the big god power. You've got yours as well. Could have taken that one out a bit more easily, but it's fine. Alright, you've got 2 armies pushing in. This is good. This is perfect. Okay, this is a bit of an overwhelm on your part with you missing this. You need to pull these into the... As soon as you hear a warning sign anywhere you're not looking, you need to instantly check to make sure your citizens are not being taken out like this, so you can easily pop them into the Sky Passage. However, I think because of all the damage you've done, yep, there it is. You managed to do enough damage that it didn't matter that he got it all, that he hit your villager line. That's your citizen line. Very well played, Maynard. You got a lot better scouting. That was the main thing from last time, and you're doing quite well, I think. Just need to be a little less hesitant, especially with Oranos. You need to be a bit more aggressive with Oranos' play. This gold mine might have been a bit of a stretch to go for off the bat with citizens, because if you lose a couple citizens, it's very difficult. A Sky Passage here is fine because you can warp units in, but I would suggest going for a bit of safer gold mines at first. You had full map control. You had all of this in your control, so you didn't have to worry too much about that. But overall, much better improved game, Maynard. I'm quite impressed. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this second game from Manor Desert 7. It was a great time to critique, and If you enjoyed it, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And don't miss out on part 2, which will be coming out probably tomorrow or the day after, depending on how the schedule works out. But don't miss it, and don't miss number 3 when it comes out as well. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!